भिक्षुर आत्मरामो नमाश्रयः सर्वभूत सुहृच्छान्तो नारायण Parayanah. Eka alone only Charet can move. Bhikshu, a sannyasi taking alms. Atma Arama, fully satisfied in the self. Anapashrayaha, without depending on any. Sarva Bhuta, becoming a well-wisher of all humanity. Shanta, completely peaceful. Narayan Parayana, becoming absolutely dependent on Narayan and becoming his devotee. The sannyasi, completely satisfied in the self, should live on alms, begged from door to door, not being independent on any person or any place. He should always be a friendly well-wisher to all living beings and be a peaceful, unalloyed devotee of Narayan. In this way, he should move from one place to another. पश्येदात्मन्यदु विश्वं परे सदसतो अव्यये आत्मानं च परं ब्रह्म सर्वत्र सदसन्मये. Pashyad, one should see Atmani in the Supreme Soul, Adaha, this Vishwam in universe pare, beyond Sat Asata, the creation or cause of creation, Avyaye, in the truth, which is free from deterioration, Atmanam himself, Cha, also Param, the Supreme Brahma, absolute Sarvatra, everywhere, Sat Asat, in the cause and in the effect, Maya, all pervading. The sannyasi should always try to see the Supreme pervading everything and see everything, including this universe resting on the Supreme. Try to see the Supreme pervading everything and see everything, including this universe resting on the Supreme. Okay. Sukti prabodhayo sandhavatmano gatimatmadre Pashyan bandham cha moksham cha maya matram navastutaha. Sukti in the state of unconsciousness, prabodhayo, and in the state of consciousness, sandhyo, in the state of marginal existence, atmana of oneself got in the moment, atmadrik, one who can actually see the self. Pashyan, always trying to see or understand. Bandham, the conditional state of life, cha, and moksham, the liberated state of life, cha, also maya matram. Only illusion, no, not Vastuta, in fact. During unconsciousness and consciousness, and between the two, he should try to understand the self and be fully situated in the self. In this way, he should realize that the condition and liberated stages of life are only illusory and not actually factual. With such a high understanding, he should see only the truth pervading everything. Okay. The unconscious state is nothing but ignorance, darkness, or material existence. And in this consciousness state, one is awake. The marginal state between consciousness and unconsciousness has no permanent existence. Therefore, one who is advanced in understanding the self should understand that unconsciousness and consciousness are but illusions, for they fundamentally do not exist. Only the Supreme Absolute Truth exists, as confirmed by the Lord in Bhagavad Gita. Maya tatam idam sarvam jagat avyaktamurtina matastani sarvbhutani na chaham tes avastita. By me, in my unmanifested form, this entire universe is pervaded. All beings are in me, but I am not in them. Everything exists on the basis of Krishna's impersonal feature. Nothing can exist without Krishna. Therefore, the advanced devotee of Krishna can see the Lord everywhere without reason. Okay, everything is existing because of Krishna's energy. So, in the form of Krishna, in the form of energy, Krishna is there everywhere. Okay, but personally, he is there in his full power. So, through impersonal feature, Krishna exists in everything. Nothing can exist without Krishna. But one should not think because Krishna is all pervading, so he is having no form. He is also having form that also simultaneous. And the form is higher than impersonal feature. Okay. These are again and again, these things are coming. So no problem. We must, we may not be able to realize at this point of time, but theoretically we should understand. Okay. Navinandet dhruvam mrityum dhruvam vasya jeevitam kalam param pratiksheta bhutanam prabhavapayayam. Na not avinandet, one should praise dhruvam, sure, mrityum, death. Adurvam, not sure. Va, either asya, of this body, jeevitam, the duration of life, kalam, eternal life, time, param, supreme pratiksheda, one must observe. Bhutanam, of the living entity. Prabhava, manifestation. Apayam, disappearance. Since the material body is sure to be vanquished and the duration of one's life is not fixed, neither death nor life is to be praised. Since the material body is sure to be vanquished and the duration of one's life is not fixed, neither death nor life is to be praised. Rather, one should observe the eternal time factor in which the living entity manifests itself and disappears. The living entities in the material world, not only at the present but also in the past, have been involved in trying to solve the problem of birth and death. Some stress death and point to the illusory existence of everything material, whereas others stress life, trying to preserve it perpetually and enjoy it to the best of their ability. Okay, both of them are fools and rascals. It is advised that one observe the eternal time factor, which is the cause of the material body's appearance and disappearance, and that one observe the living entity's entanglement in this time factor. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur therefore sings in Davali, Anadi karma phale padi avarna avarnava jale tari bare na dekhi vaya. One should observe the activities of eternal time, which is the cause of birth and death. Before the creation of the present millennium, the living entities were under the influence of the time factor, and within the time factor, the material world comes into existence and is again annihilated. Bhutva bhutva praliyate. Being under the control of the time factor, the living entities appear and die, life after life. This time factor is the impersonal representation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who gives the living entities conditioned by material nature a chance to. This time factor is the impersonal representation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who gives the living entities conditioned by material nature a chance to emerge from this nature by surrendering. Actually, here the point is explained that one should not be too much uh, fixed about think about too much death or life, because the material body anyway it will be vanquished. Okay, and life also is not fixed. Okay, so two type of people Prabhupada is saying that some people are like to giving stress. Some people stress death and point to the illusory existence of everything material. So Prabhupada is saying, do not think too much about going to other planets or working to stop death or extending life and all. Even though the whole material world is like ultimately what our goal is to come out of this material world. Okay, it is advised that one observe the eternal time factor. Actually, time means kala in Bhagavad Gita. Time is the representation of Krishna. So, because of this time factor only, the body's appearance and disappearance happen. Okay. So, one should. This point is important that one should understand that how this living entity, jiva, soul, is entangled in this time factor. Okay. So, one should try to work to come out of the time factor. Okay. So, one should observe the activities of eternal time, which is the cause of birth. This is the point. Okay. Ultimately, it is advised that one should observe the eternal time factor, which is the cause of this material body's appearance and substance. Okay. So then supreme, this time factor is actually Krishna's representation, and because of that only, actually we are given a chance so that we can surrender to Krishna. Okay, and in this way, by surrendering to Krishna, we can come out of Krishna's this energy called time. Okay, and then we will be above of this material body's life, death. Na sachastreshu sajjeta no jivet jivikam vadavadanstajajjetar kan paksham pancha na sansrayet. Na not asat sastreshu, literature like newspaper, novels, dramas, and fiction. Sajjeta, one should be attached or should indulge in reading. Na nor upajive, one should try to live jivikam upon some professional literary career. Vadan, unnecessary arguments on different aspects of philosophy. Tyajet, one should give up. Tarkan, arguments and counter arguments. Paksham, fiction. Kamcha, any. Na, not samshraya, should take shelter of. Literature that is useless, waste of time. In other words, literature without spiritual benefit should be rejected. Okay, all these things like newspaper, novels, drama, and fiction novels, which are not having any spiritual thing, they should be rejected. One should not become a professional teacher as a means of earning one's livelihood, nor should one indulge in arguments and counter arguments, nor should one take shelter of any cause of faction or faction. A person desiring to advance in spiritual understanding should be extremely careful to avoid reading ordinary literature, okay, like newspaper, novels, magazine. The world is full of ordinary literature that creates unnecessary agitation in the mind. If we read these unnecessary novels, then our mind will be unnecessarily agitated. Such literature, including newspapers, dramas, novels, and magazines, especially not meant for advancement in spiritual knowledge. Because if we read like newspaper, you will get a lot of unnecessary news, and your mind will be disturbed, and you may start tense and a lot of. Or if you read these novels and all, somebody is writing his own mental concoction and so much, and most of the novels talk about material things only, sex and all those connection, relation between men and women, fictions, dramas, magazines. Magazines are full of advertise. Newspaper are nowadays full of advertise. New channels, maybe that time new channels were not so powerful. This all is same thing only. So much advertise will come. Unnecessary mind will get agitated. Sometimes because of sometimes because we want to take those things which are being advertised, and if we are not able, then our mind will be agitated because things are so costly, we may not be able to afford that. Or sometimes we may get agitated in other way, like I want to buy. So mind is unnecessarily agitated, which is not favorable for our spiritual advancement. So one should avoid this kind as much as possible. Now, if somebody is doing some kind of job in which he must read newspaper or go through these details, then it is okay. Okay, but they should know where what is the limit. Okay, so okay. Indeed, it has been described as a place of enjoyment for crows. Otherwise, some Tirtham. Anyone advancing in spiritual knowledge must reject such literature. Furthermore, one should not concern oneself with the conclusion. Furthermore, one should not concern oneself with the conclusion of various logicians or philosophers. Okay. Of course, those who preach sometimes need to argue with the contentions of opponent, but as much as possible one should avoid an argumentative attitude. So wherever there is argument, we should say Hare Krishna maximum. Okay, some people try to put unnecessary logic and argument, which is not very favorable for bhakti. Too much logic and argument is not good. So if you get such situation, somebody is trying to put so much argument, say Hare Krishna and move. In this connection, Srila Madhvacharya says, Aprayojana paksham na samashrayet, na prayojan pakshi syan, na vrta shishya bandakret, na chodasinah shastrani, na viruddhani chabhyashret, na व्याख्यापो जीवेत निषिद्धान् समाचरेत् एवं भूतो यतिर्याति तद एको शरणो हरिम्. There is no need to take shelter of unnecessary literature or concern oneself with many so-called philosophers and thinkers who are useless for spiritual advancement. Okay, no need to take such kind of unnecessary literature or philosophers or thinkers. No, they have no connection with the spiritual advancement. So why we have to read them? No need. Nor should one accept a disciple for the sake of fashion or popularity. One should be callous to do these so-called shastras, neither opposing nor favoring them. And one should not earn one's livelihood by taking money for explaining shastras. This is also important. One should not explaining shastras, Gita, Bhagavatam. That one should not make as livelihood. Okay, like this is my livelihood. If I explain Shastra, then I'll get some money and I can live. This kind of mentality is not. Explaining Shastra only to elevate others or help others to understand Shastra. That is the right. To help them in spirituality, to help them upgrade themselves in the bhakti. It is not a business. Okay, that okay, so it should not be like that. So in sannyasi must always be neutral and seek the means to advance in spiritual life, taking full shelter under the lotus feet of the Lord. Okay, so this is the sannyasi must take full shelter under the lotus feet of the Lord. Okay, always be natural and seek the means to advance in spiritual life. Okay, this is text number 7. So from 1 to 20, we are going to discuss qualities of a sannyasi. And then Prahlad Maharaj will have discussion with the Avadhut Brahman and saintly person 11 to 20, 21 to 34. The reasons for the saintly person not engaged in activities and restrictions on greed. Okay, and then 35 to 37. The two spiritual. Thirty-eight. Are you able to hear me? 38 to 46 lifestyle of Avadhut Brahman and process to remain in this consciousness. So in this way, there are like 46 chapters in this, 46 shlokas in this chapter. Okay, so okay, so if there is any question, you can ask now. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Granth Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Any question?
Prabhuji?
Yes. Hare Krishna.
Can you Hare Krishna Prabhu? Can you describe Narayana and Parayana? Thoda sa.
What?
Narayana and Parayana.
What is that?
It's a word, it's come in the test, no? Slokas mein. Narayana, Parayana.
Which slok?
I think last slok mein aaya tha na, fourth mein. Means at the age of in the last one, you should only devote to the Narayana only.
I mean, which sloka you are talking?
I'm talking about in this sloka only. I don't know where is which number.
What?
Narayana and Parayana.
I know. I mean, if you tell the shloka number, I can tell you the right context. Otherwise, I can tell you only the general meaning of Narayan Parayana. Because it has come today, then if you which
it has come today
shloka?
only. It has come today only. It has come today only.
I mean,
This
you tell the
yes.
shloka. You
Shloka number
see.
3. Shloka number 3, Prabhuji. Third
See,
shloka.
That's fine. I'll just see. So that time itself you can text me. So there itself I will take the shloka. So I have see Narayan Parayana here. The meaning is written already.
Becoming absolutely dependent on Narayana and becoming his devotee.
Because I have a call coming now. So Narayan Parayana means becoming absolutely dependent on Narayan and becoming his devotee. Okay. So that's why you have to see the meaning. That's why I'm sharing the shlokas number, so that time itself we will understand. Okay.
Yeah.
So Narayan Parayana is becoming fully. Actually, the Parayana means fully depending. So they say Narayan Parayana is coming, and you must have heard a very common word, Pati Parayana. The wife fully depending upon her husband and serving him, becoming a nice follower of us. Right? Pati Parayana, Krishna Parayana, Bhakti Parayana. These kind of words comes generally. Okay.
It is like a Parayanam, Prabhuji. It's like a Parayanam. Parayanam is different, Prabhuji. Parayanam is a reciting.
Listen now first. See, Parayana. Okay. It's not Parayan. I don't know what is Parayan. Parayana is mentioned here. Okay. Narayan Parayana. Okay. You can read. Na? I mean,
yeah. Understood.
Maybe sometime some other day I can explain this diacritics of Sanskrit. So it will be easy to read Sanskrit. Okay. Okay then. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Okay, text 8 tomorrow we shall take. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Till Prabhupada ki jai.